250 year anniversary, and nobody gives enough because it's just like we have this air of greatness. And don't get me wrong, it is a privilege and a blessing to live in America, but it's not as great as people try to make it seem. Like, and we all know why. Like all the atrocities America commits, and everyone, it's just like you can't have this celebration of 250 years of America, being American, and think that people are going to truly care and go up for this country. Like it's
because what are we celebrating?
Yeah,
it's
what
like
are we
250 years of what? I guess 250 years of like no longer being under British rule or whatever the hell. And it's just like that independence. Like maybe we shouldn't be independent. It's like a kid that like leaves the house and independent and they get arrested and lose all their money. And it's like, maybe you should come back home. It feels like America, y'all did this on your own for 250 years. Y'all are racist, hot mess. Like, what are we celebrating? Not saying we want Britain to take over again.
And
but
then it's like,
it might help.
I don't know, maybe go back somewhere in
the white people that are so, enthusiastic about this. Y'all not even showing y'all enthusiasm. This is janky.
Right.
They got power outages. The freaking Ferris wheel don't work.
Right.
The food can't stay refrigerated. Right. A lot of states ain't show up. They just had a little poster and it said Minnesota, and that's it. Like,
where's this fair?
It's at hold on, let me look.
Somewhere in the middle.
Somewhere there.
I saw clips and it was like they had some terrible people singing the national anthem. There was a bunch of everything went bad with it. But it's funny. I think it's like celebrating this birthday. You're like, I feel like obviously, you deal with all kinds of race stuff, but I think in my lifetime, I feel like this country is more divided than it's ever been.
Yeah.
Like,
absolutely, without
I feel like there's less opportunity than there's ever been. So why would people want to celebrate? Right. I mean, it's tough. It's like I don't know anyone. Like, I'm a film person, and our industry is imploded. Everything is podcast now, and YouTube. So I think it's hard. It's hard. Everyone I talk to is like, "Hey, what are you doing?" It's like, "I'm home trying to figure out next month's rent." Right. If you're in a freelancer,
that's right.
So what's the celebration?
I'll tell you what, though. They should have, and thinking about it from a marketing standpoint, if I was in charge of marketing this America's 250 thing, I would have given it to the blacks and to the immigrants. And I would have shaped this concept of America at 250 from the lens of the people who designed and built this country with their sweat equity. Now, obviously, whoever
they're not doing that.
They're not doing that, and whoever organized this bull ain't thinking about that. But here you had a great opportunity. Now you're talking about our country's divided, and I agree with you. But here with America 250, you had an amazing opportunity to have people view this country through the lens of those that created and made it be the success that it was, and that's blacks and the immigrant community.
Absolutely.
And if they had done that, it could have actually helped push back against some of the division that we're seeing in our communities and in our nation. But once again, America's so egoed and so full of its self that you miss an opportunity to really unify, because there's a unifying thing there. Like, didn't Crispus Attucks die in 1776? Like Boston Tea Party or some shit? First black dude to die for America. Like, I would have started there and worked my way all the way through what it means to be a black American and an immigrant here in America, but they missed out.
But it's a direct reflection of the delusions of white Americans, right? They want to completely wipe out, they want to completely ignore the history of America so bad that that's why they miss these opportunities, right? They don't want to acknowledge what black and brown people have done for this country to become what it is. So of course they're not including us in no 250th celebration. Like, they don't want to even acknowledge that. They would never admit that we built this country. It's a non-negotiable.
Right. Well, you can't. They couldn't, because then we would be owed things.
Exactly.
So
that comes with responsibility, and they don't have that.
Right. And so we don't care about 250. Juneteenth was lit in Brooklyn. Let me just tell you, Juneteenth was on fire in Brooklyn. That entire weekend, we all did our thing, and we did enough celebrating. So the 4th could come and go. We may watch the fireworks.
Right.
Hot dog.
It ain't Juneteenth.
It ain't Juneteenth, though. And can we talk about that real quick? How Juneteenth has blown the fuck up?
Love that.
Yeah.
Like, that's amazing.
Yeah.
Like, Juneteenth, in the last 5 years, Juneteenth is the shit now.
Yeah, because people in Texas, Galveston, they're like, we've been celebrating that, but it's like, it's lit that it's all.
When motherfuckers got the day off?
Yeah,
Yes.
Oh. It became a
got
thing.
the day off.
Motherfuckers got the day off on Juneteenth?
Oh, it's real.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Nah, you
We
go.
made
I'm
it.
sorry. Yeah, we need a moment for that.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
No, I agree.
June's popping. You got Juneteenth. You got Pride.
Mhm.
Right. You know,
That's
June,
right.
let me tell you, and the Knicks won.
Oh, yeah.
That,
listen,
see, that changed.
We
That's crazy.
had Knicks won. We got Pride.
Mhm.
We had Juneteenth.
Mm-hmm.
Mom Donnie done freeze the rent.
Yeah.
New York was lit, and it's
Praise
still
Mom
June.
Donnie.
We've been going
Yeah.
through June for 3 months already.
That's right.
And it's still June. It's
you-
lit in New
I'll
York.
be honest. Only good month of this fucking year. I'm sorry.
It's
I hate
June.
this year. I hate this year, but I like June.
Yeah, June is it.
Yeah.